Hi, Scorpio. This is Jess with your April 2020 general reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Scorpio, I was about to say Gemini. Scorpio, maybe something is coming down the pike in a major way in Gemini season, which is the end of May going into June. But let's get into your reading. Um, for some of you, I'm seeing that things have kind of slowed down. Okay, you're kind of rewinding the tape or pressing the pause button. There could have been a fight or fallout. And for all of you, it's different of what area. Hell, for some of you, maybe every area of your life may feel like it's falling apart. That's a dramatic statement there. But yeah, there's some issues or fight or fallout, some harsh words exchanged between you and maybe two other people. Okay. Two different instances, two different times with the same person. This isn't over. It's not over. You will revisit this again with this person or with these people. I feel like for some of you, you are kind of slowly but surely, and you've been doing that, taking a step back from people. It's not just no new friends, it may be no friends for some of you. No anything, no new anything. Some of you may be taking a walk on your own deliberately, and you just may feel like you've been having a lot of fake friends. People that's been gossiping about you, talking ill of you. This could be on the job or anywhere in your life. And you've had enough of it. I feel like you may have seen yourself as someone who meant nothing but good, but you recently found out some differences or people feeling differently about you. I feel like finances, you're okay. If you work from home, you need to be a little bit careful. You're starting to notice that money isn't flowing in as it used to. And I mean, that's across the board for so many people, right? I'm speaking to right now. But that also could be causing havoc or creating issues at home, right? Everyone's at home. Everyone's not used to being around each other 24/7. And that may be wearing thin on everyone, the children, if you have any, whoever you share home with. And for some of you who live alone, you just may be out of work as well. You're okay. For some of you, the ones at least that I'm reading for, you are okay. You have to settle things though. And if you have yet to file taxes, please be careful. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence when it comes to your taxes. You may also be waiting around, waiting and waiting and waiting to get all of the documents so that you can um, file. It looks like you're going to be waiting a little longer. But it looks like things are going to be okay. But I have to say, you may not get the amount of money that you thought you would get. So, right now, while you're waiting, it's a great time to kind of look over everything and make sure that it's on, that you have all the little details, all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. Make sure that you've done that. And there may be some judgments that could be coming up for you. So, please, you do have Gemini in your eighth house of other people's money. So, it has been a cautionary tale to Scorpios to be very conscious about their finances, be frugal if you have anything outstanding. Just stay on top of your finances, is what I see here. You're okay. But when I get to see the justice card a little bit too much, like something could be around the bend, something is creeping up, something you have to take care of, something you have to settle. Um, and so, yeah, that can be your issue. You may have not paid out. It's like you have to pay, you haven't paid. And again, I feel for some of you, it has a lot to do with other people holding you up. The hold may be a little bit longer, unfortunately, I have to tell you. But that allows you to get your ducks in a row. This, like I said, going back to this fallout, this discord with someone, it is not going to end. It's not completely over. And the fact that either you're not willing to apologize or accept someone's apology, or maybe everyone's kind of like holding court in their own corners, it is going to be a bit of a challenge to accept apology, to apologize, to make the first move, and to even leave this alone and to just move on. It all will be a bit challenging for you. It's not impossible, of course, Scorpio. Not to say nothing's impossible, but you guys do a pretty good job at getting through a lot. But it will kind of be a challenge, particularly for you with shedding this past and moving forward. You are coming up in a space where you're feeling a lot better mentally. It's not you're not completely out of the woods, as they say, but you're better. Okay. And now that you're a little bit more clear in thought, you're going to start to make some plans. It almost as if you take one step, it begets many steps. So you doing one thing, you're going to be shocked at like how much benefit you'll receive from it, right? And for everyone, this will be different. So I'm not necessarily giving an example, but this is a great time to start to set your heights in a different direction. I see moving, or at least wanting to move, wanting to leave where you are. Some of you are not happy in the home that you live in, or hell, might be around the people that you lived with. But that's a whole nother subject on another day. But I do feel like it could have something to do with money woes, or lack of some form of commitment, or people's actions are a little bit complacent. Okay. I feel that a lot of you, or some of you at least, are going to get out of that mind state. You're not allowing people to kind of drag you down. It's something that internally you may be struggling with, but you're good at having that poker face and still moving forward in spite of any issues. That being said, like I said, there's going to be a lot coming at you in the days coming up, but just make sure that you are kind of emotionally clear, that you can take a step back. That's the biggest message I heard setting the cards down, is that you need to just take a step back and take it one step at a time, because things are going to kind of hit you like bam, and you may become a bit overwhelmed. You may become even a little confused at like, what should I do? You don't have to lean on your own understanding all the time. You don't have to do that. You definitely can seek insight. And I do feel like there's a lot of interesting. Some of you really want to move. And you may be trying to figure out, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? But you may feel, and your intuition may be telling you, this is not the right time to do that. I'm not really clear. Because there's a lot of confusion around what your next move should be. And I feel like a lot of you may not feel very comfortable sharing anything with a particular person. Sometimes strangers are the best people to share things with. They're unbiased. I mean, hell, you don't have to see them again, that sort of thing. But I do feel like you're going to take this a long look at your next move. It is something about home that is just not comfortable. It's not stable. You don't feel like this is where you want to be, but it's like the timing could be worse, you know? And so you don't want to do anything foolish. So some of you may opt to just take your time, and that probably, if you choose to do that, you may feel like that's the best thing to do. Because again, there's going to be a lot coming at you like, oh, you could do this and you can do that and you can have this and you can do that. But it would, it's, if you're not clear, then you may make a misstep. Now let's go over here. So basically, the moral story is, don't rush into anything right now. Take it step by step. So let's get into love. For those of you Scorpios who are in a relationship, well, a situation you're not happy, there could have been a fallout or a fight. There could be a third party situation here. Could be that. That could have been, the nail in the coffin to an extent here. If you have a third party situation, some of you could be looking at divorce, separation. Someone's probably trying to go down to the courthouse, or you may not be speaking to your person. It could be about someone mismanaged or mishandled money. If you have a business, if you do business with this person, it's kind of getting a little sticky. It could get a bit ugly as far as business, because now it's a I owe you, you owe me. What are we going to do type of a thing? If it's not business and you're not entangled too heavily with your person, then this could just be that you're not necessarily going to just accept a sorry. They can't explain it away. It's deeper than that. You may have accepted it many times over, and this time around, not so much. On a more mundane sense, though, everyone's not heading down a divorce path or a breakup path. This could just very well be that the plans that you initially had, getting married, setting a venue, moving, whatever this could be, going on a major travel, that sort of thing, you can't. You can. And this could have created some frustrations between you and your mate. And it's kind of going to be a little bit more difficult than possibly in the past to forgive and forget. Now, if it's that simple, I mean, come on, you can forgive and forget. Your mate is waiting. They're waiting to see, the best time to kind of smooth things over, make everything okay. Again, like I said, you may feel that it's a little bit deeper than that. Some of you may even be thinking about suing a venue, suing a particular place if you don't get your money back, something like that. It could be an Airbnb. It could be like we're planning to move. Now they're telling us we can't move. It could be rent. Let me go back to that with you guys. Someone's not able to pay their rent, and that may be a problem down the line. So if you can pay your rent, pay it. If you can pay whatever it is that you're supposed to pay, that creates that foundation and security, do that, because it could come down the line. I'm not seeing it right now, but when I keep seeing like justice cards falling up in other decks and stuff, it's like down the line this could kind of resurface. And with that Gemini in your eighth house sitting in Venus for a period of a couple months, yeah, you probably want to take care of that, not to overindulge in that, but I just want to ride that home. So love could be a bit of a frustration for some of you right now. I feel that some of you may feel alone, that you're doing it alone in your relationship. You're on your own. And some of you may even feel stuck to a relationship because there's money ties, there's business ties, there's home ties, there's asset ties. There may be contractual ties to this person. And so some of you, either you or your person feels a bit stuck, and therefore it's not over. This change can't happen the way you would want it, but because it can't, there's a lot of nitpicking and a lot of vindictiveness and harsh words that could be exchanged. But it looks like there may be an opportunity to try to get clarity. Now, this relationship is coming across to me like a Mercury retrograde that is never ending, because it's just like it's the big I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, there's a lot you don't know, and that you probably are sure that you do know. There is a lot of shit you don't know. And so I do feel like some of you are going to kind of get your confidence back. It is at a snail's pace, right? I don't even see that there's any intimacy going on right now between you and me, especially if you guys are living together. Now, that's not for everyone. Some of you could be breaking the bed down. I don't know. But for some of you, this could, spill over into every area of your connection. That being said, like I said, this type of relationship, I feel you are feeling extremely, extremely confused. And there's just a lot of variables because there's so many things to consider. This is not the easiest feeling. I feel like even under all of these circumstances, you're still keeping your wits about yourself. So kudos to you, Scorpio, but this isn't the easiest. And it seems like as the days progress further, it gets more and more um almost like you're in a land of the lost. Like, wait a minute, what? A lot to consider. A lot. It's like a lot that you're not really seeing clearly because there's so much going on. There's so many things to consider. So again, when in doubt, you probably would be best to kind of take it one step at a time when it comes to this relationship. Singles, Scorpios. Well, it's very understandable that we're in quarantine, right? And so a lot of people aren't even thinking about love and trying to hook up with people, especially when people are losing jobs, people are trying to hold on to their homes. It's just so much shit going on right now. People are not really focusing on that. But I do feel that if you are trying to put yourself out there, even though I do feel like you would be very strategic, and some people may call it lying. I say strategic, they say lying. But someone, you may be very strategic in what information you're sharing, if any information at all about yourself. You may become even more elusive than you are um, known to be. But your environment, like if you're putting yourself out there in a love area, your environment is one where people are kind of really caught up in their own stuff, right? And I think that that's to be expected. The good thing about stepping your toe out there, yes, you are going to meet people who are non-committal, who are caught up in things really quickly before you could blink an eye. Even if you can get through one conversation, that'll be a feat because a lot of people are on edge. One little thing can turn someone off, and next thing you know, it's kind of like an argument. It has impeded. If you do put yourself out there, Scorpio singles, you will find, particularly if you're going outside of your environment, you start to be interested in maybe people in different cultures, different backgrounds, things that are unfamiliar to you, and at a very long distance, you would be like you found a whole different world. It's like a whole new world. There's so many options. I mean, but that doesn't mean just because there's so many options, so many different people, that they're all good. So there's that. And I think if you're at a distance for someone and you're keeping your wits about yourself and you're just kind of getting to know people, just kind of using it as good downtime, to just entertain yourself, you might, Scorpio singles, you very well might meet someone who is definitely worth holding on to. Absolutely. I do feel like a lot of you will be attracting more often than not people who are uncommittal or who has complete money problems and who are um, disguising themselves as someone that has something that they don't. Um, but through all the rubble, I do feel like you are getting a sense of understanding more of who you are, what's important to you when it comes to love and connections, and you come out of it better, even in this jungle of social dating or social distancing dating, whatever that means. I don't know. You guys have to tell me down in the comment section below. So in the extended, guys, we're gonna look deeper at this relationship, Scorpios, couples. We're also looking at you, Scorpio singles, looking at you and seeing what's coming up in your love life. But couples, we're looking at this relationship and we're going to look at this person. How do they feel? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? What secrets are they keeping? What would they tell you if they could? What are they challenged by when it comes to you? How do they see you? What do they want with you? How do they feel about you? What's going to happen? And the day is coming. And ultimately, how's this all going to play out between the two of you? We also do an Aries through Pisces. What messages? We pull those love messages cards. And so you can get to see what kind of messages this person wants to share with you. If you're interested in that, click that link in the description box below and it sets you right up. Otherwise, guys, I would love to hear from you. So if you'd like to share, please do so in the comment section below. If you want something personal in the description box, you can click that link to my website and set something up for yourself. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, my lovely Scorpios.